play was last year in the MAC.
Back deep for Parkway. Be number 4, Todd Heck. Also back, Brendan Bates and John Ridenauer. And it's coming down to Mark Fromm. Fromm gets it up to the 20 to 25 to 30. Brought down to 43 or 44-yard line, and it looks like he was just about ready to pop that one, Mike. And Dave Bergman, it looked like, I think, brought him down.
I think it was a touchdown tackle saving by John Deuce, I believe it was. He had containment rope there, and he's just about got it down towards the midfield line, 45-yard line, 44-yard line.
Great field position for the Panthers as they break their huddle. Quarterback will be number 10, Scott Gephardt. A quick snap and a quick pitch to Ridenauer. Gets around the corner, and he's got some running room. And he's got a first down.
Brought down by Adam Clooney.
First down of the ball game, and they didn't waste any time, Mike. They got up right to the line of scrimmage, and they were gone.
Got outside, broke containment. Gained a quick 15 yards.
Fullback for the Panthers was number 31, as we mentioned there, John Ridenauer, now running out of the I formation with a slot back to the left. Once again, Gephardt pitches. This time, the deep back, Brendan Bates, and the Cats right there smelled that one out well.
That's right. Good containment there. Josh Clooney broke containment, got it there 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Make it a second and long, about 13 yards for the Panthers. Coming into the ball game now, number 6, Aaron Schum. Give you some more of that offensive lineup. One of the wide receivers will be Aaron Schum, number 680, split end Mark Fromm, and there we've got a official timeout on the field.
Official timeout.
That's an equipment problem down there, Duff.
Okay, we're all set to go. Over the football is number 67, Josh Meyer. There we got a reverse slot back right there. Big number 6.
Ron Morgan with the tackle 4 yards behind line of scrimmage. In the backfield awfully quick back that time there, Duff.
We've got a good one here. Everybody's going to know it by the time they read this, but on the first play of the game, Marion Local went 66 yards for a TD and have taken a 7-0 lead over St. Henry.
I think you'd call that an upset if Marion beats St. Henry tonight, wouldn't you, Duff?
I believe.
Third and long for the Panthers.
They need about 16 for the first down. Split backfield. Back to throw is Gephardt. He throws short. He's got the receiver. Fights forward just a little short of the first down.
Kerry Schaefer on the reception, Duff, and I believe he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down marker.
But being down there on the 30-yard line, you know they're going to go for a
That's
first
down
down
territory, of course.
No doubt about that. It looked like they might get him back about on the 35-yard line, but he made a nifty move and got himself free for 5 more big ones. Big play in the early going for the Cats and the Panthers.
Hold them line. 44 to the middle. 31.
Pitch in the loose in the backfield. And though the Parkway Panthers may have recovered the football, no, I think the Cats even recovered it. Recovered by Brian Heitkamp. But being fourth down.
Change of possession for the Wildcats. Big defensive series there, Duff. They came out, moved the ball quick on us, and they were able to do some sort of adjustments and stuff them at the line of scrimmage.
So it's really got to be frustrating as a coaching staff. You know, you've got a chance for that big first down and try to punch that first score in and really get the kids built up. But it's not to be on this series for the Panthers. Out of the I formation, a quick hitter to Shank. David Shank with a nice gain on the play.
David Shank came into his own last week, gaining over 100 yards. Him and Josh Clooney had a dual running attack last week. They ate up a lot of yards on the ground. They just didn't punch it in the end zone enough.
One thing about David Shank, they've always said he's been a real good blocker, Mike, but he not only did a nice job of blocking last week, but as you mentioned, he really carried for some big yardage. Good gain on the play. Second down and 3. To the deep back. It's close to the 50-yard line, and that would give him a first down.
Brought down by Chad Daly for the Panthers.
That will be a first down for the Wildcats. Josh Clooney gets the 3 yards necessary, and the ball, as you can see, the nose of the football right at the midfield stripe. Coming out of the ball game, Keith Prenger, as he was out on the field for the last play. Flanking wide now to the far side is number 22, Brad Ranley. Out of the eye, pitch to the deep back, Clooney. Driven out of bounds after a short gain. Mark Fromm makes the
number 80
tackle.
got the tackle.
Gain of about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Prenger once again back in the ball game. Keith Prenger, a big kid, only a freshman, stands 6'3". Ranley once again flanking out wide to the right side in for Brad Heitkamp. Brad injured last week in the Lehman game. Clooney.
Brought down again by Fram. This one was 7-8 yards down line of scrimmage, though. That's the kind of tackles you like to see.
That's what you like to see. John Ridenauer also there on a tackle, Mike, but like you said, you get down to the 42. Now you're talking just a yard and a half, 2 yards to go for a Wildcat first down. Brian Heitkamp comes into the ball game again, and P.J. Sider, tight end on the right side. P.J. starting at tight end the last couple weeks after the injury to Scott Bergman. Clooney, first down.
Brought down by number 71, Jason Suman.
They're moving the chains, Mike, and it looks like the Cats have got themselves in 4-down territory right now, too.
Looks like the offensive line's opening up some holes back here for the offensive backs to get through.
Coming into the ball game for the Wildcats, number 80, Joe Hooker. Once again, it's the quick hitter this time. Josh Clooney, he's fighting for another yard or two.
Brought down by a slew of Panthers.
You see big number 74 in there, Sean McFeely, also blocking till the last second. He's going to keep driving them out of there. The offensive line did a super job last week.
Anytime you get two rushers over 100 yards, you know somebody's been opening up some holes for them.
Cats dominated offensively. You would have thought the game would have been a bigger spread, but as long as you got the win at the end, that's all that you're worried about.
A W is a W.
In the slot is Ranley. The handoff once again to Clooney. He's the workhorse here tonight. He's going to pick up 2 or 3 on the play before he's driven back.
Brought down by John Roddenauer again.
Also there to help out Walt LaCourse. 94 now coming in for the Wildcats. That is Tim Thien. 3rd down and about 4 for Minster. Power eye to the left side. Double tights. Once again, it's Clooney following his blockers.
Got to be close enough.
Shank was right out there in front of him leading the blocking. And that is going to be close. I might have a measurement. Yes, he's waving it up for time for a measurement.
I think now that I look where the ball is, yeah.
First quarter score, Marion Local 7, St. Henry 0.
While we're waiting for the measurement here, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Number 1, Wagner's IGA. For all your tailgaters, stop by the Hot Deli and pick up a bite. Remember to save your receipts for Dollars for Scholars, helping in our youth's academic future. Your hometown pride, Wagner's IGA. Brought to you by Minster Food Distributors, your food service and paper wholesaler. For all your party and fundraiser supplies, contact Mark Tiemann at 628-3051. Brought to you by Mr. McDonald's, proud to sponsor Wildcat football. Before or after the game, stop by McDonald's and get an extra value meal to go.
As you saw it was a first down for the Wildcats. So they'll now set up shop at the 28-yard line. Over the football, big number 71, Kurt Albers. Wes Tiemann calling the signals. Once again out of the power eye. And once again, wouldn't you know it, number 33, Josh Clooney, carries the football. Coach Place, Mike, has been willing to mix things up on occasion, so you know they're giving a lot of Josh Clooney in here, and all of a sudden you're just liable to see something that Parkway may not be looking for. Keep looking for that dive down the middle.
Lehman, Duff had 15 passes, and they've yet to elect to put the ball in the air yet. This might be the time to do it. Of course, down with that formation.
Into the secondary. Shank with the quick hitter gets to about the 16-yard line. And that'll be another Wildcat first down, their 4th first down of this drive. Clock ticking away. We're down to the 5-minute and 17-second mark.
It's been a nice drive so far for the Wildcat offense.
Not in a hurry. Take their good old time to get up there and get set. Clooney, he was hit back there behind the line of scrimmage, perhaps, but he fought forward, getting some yardage. It looked like, I think, Chad Webb was
I think he carried Chad Webb about 4 or 5 yards down the line. Another big second down play here for the Wildcats.
Gain on a play of 3 we'll give them, and that'll make it a 2nd and 7. The offensive line once again doing a good job. We mentioned Kurt Elbers, Ed Hinker, and Ryan Swartz doing a great job on the right side.
There's a lot of holes up on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Matt Niemeyer and Sean McFeely
Right
on the left
There
side.
you go.
There's another good pickup. It's going to be close, but I think short of a first
short,
down.
Duff, I believe. That was David Shank, wasn't it? A little quick counter trap right up the middle.
Now, Coach Schlander bringing in a little bit of help on that goal line stand. Big number 72 coming into the ball game.
Brad Berry.
Brian Whitaker is 255 pounds. He's a big one.
Yeah, they went down to a 6-man defensive line now.
3rd and 3. Once again, it's Clooney. If he can get around the corner, he dives forward. I think he's going to be a little bit short.
Oh, he sniffed that goal line out. Just got a little bit short, didn't he?
He could smell it.
What an effort by Josh. Pull one there inside, so he boxed it out outside, and he picked up the first down and almost got the touchdown.
That's one of the plays where you got to take what they're going to give you, Mike. You know, like we mentioned, they've been running real well tackle to tackle, and when they brought that big kid Whitaker in there, then we got a timeout on the field. Official timeout once again as Josh Clooney had trouble with his shin strap.
Brad Ranley into the game for Josh.
But you can bet he'll just be in there for one play unless they can punch it in. Nothing against Brad Ranley, but being a freshman, when you've got Josh Clooney, a junior who's been carrying the mail a lot this year for the Cats.
Get in there.
Hand off to Ranley. Oh, the freshman takes advantage of his opportunity. But I gotta say, Mike, it was pretty easy getting into the end zone.
That was a great offensive drive there by the Wildcat offense. Just moved the ball down and had 2 or 3 third down plays there and converted on all of them.
Running in off the left side once again at 69 Matt Niemeyer and 74 Sean McFeely.
It's like Custer being trying the extra point.
Kelly Custer, the soccer-style kicker, got a good foot.
Of course, the Wildcats missing extra point last week. Almost came into a crucial play of the game.
A high snap. Demon's going to have to try to run for it. Looking for somebody to throw to. Up for grabs, and it's knocked down. So as you mentioned, the Bugaboo has been a little bit of trouble on the extra point. So 3:19 left on the scoreboard clock. On the Ranley touchdown, the Cats lead 6-0.
Tonight's game brought to you by Minster Insurance. The people of Minster Insurance are proud to sponsor the rebroadcast of the Wildcat football game and hope you enjoy the game. Brought to you by Bonus Construction for all your commercial construction needs, residential and industrial also. Call Bonus Construction at 628-3294. Brought to you by Wermeyer Concrete for your foundations, walls, sidewalks, and more. For all your concrete needs, call Ron at 628-3480. By Geo Decorating, your interior and exterior painting, wallpapering, and refinishing also. Contact Gary Oligas at 628-3164 for all your decorating needs. Brought to you by Minster Lumber and Anderson Window Dealer. Come visit Jay and Bill for all your building supplies, featuring a large selection of Pratt & Lambert and Kerpes paints. Call Minster Lumber at 628-2613. Everything to build anything. Also brought to you by Busher Electric, industrial, farm, residential, and commercial wiring, specializing in security and fire alarm protection. For all your electrical needs, contact Jack Busher at 628-3407. P.J. Sider in the game to kick off for the Wildcats. See if we can keep them back from their side of the field better this time.
Kick goes deep to Brendan Bates. And this time the special teams gets downfield and shuts him off somewhat quicker.
Aaron Bay was in on that tackle.
I guess about a 32 where they'll get the ball one more time. Also out there for the Wildcats, number 43, Aaron May, you mentioned him. 75 also is Steve Enneking.
Parkway ball, first down, 10.
First and 10 from the Parkway at 33-yard line.
Coming out with a split backfield. They've got a slot back to the left as well as their wide receiver. Running back hit at the line of scrimmage at about the 35, Mike, but not being able to wrap him up. He fights forward for another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, dropped back, brought down by linebacker Dan Bergman there.
Bergman was the ball carrier.
St. Henry didn't take long to score on Marion. It's now a 7-6 ball game as they were also unable to convert an extra point.
Pick up 6 yards, second down, 4.
Good first down yardage. Second down and 4 for the Panthers. Flanking wide to the left side is big number 80, Mark Fromm. Gephardt calls the signals. He's got the pitch back to Bates. Trying to come back, and there was nowhere to go. Helping
Big Ed Hinker was down there. Yeah, Ed Hinker wrapped it up the line of scrimmage, I believe.
Tim Thien also playing a lot here today.
Tackled by Hinker.
Another big third down play here. I think they stopped here, though. Be forced to punt the ball again, Duff.
Ball is on the Parkway.
A little bit of breeze out there, but I don't think the wind should be any factor for the passing or the kicking game tonight. Once again, the split backfield. Gephardt back to throw. He's got some time now. He's got flushed out of the pocket. He's going to try to run with it. Great job by Henkeline. Henkeline McFeely, number 74.
Stopped 2 yards short, 1 yard short of the first down. Decision time for the Parkway Panther coaching staff here, Duff.
Looked as though he might break loose to get that first down yardage, Mike, but John McFeely got there and dove at him and slowed him up just enough so he got some help from his friends, and it's going to force the punt. Excuse me, Mike, back deep for the Wildcats with the Clooney boys. Number 33, Josh, number 31, Adam.
Number 6,
A good punt. Choom punted deep to the 24-yard line. That's Josh Clooney. Now he cuts up field on the sideline. And we've got a flag down. And on a punt return, Mike, that's always bad news for the offense.
That's bad news for the returning team there. Well, you really got a leg into that. I think I calculated a 42-yard punt there. That's a nice score.
But it'll be brought back as there is probably a clipping penalty. Yes, it is on the Wildcats.
Wildcat penalty, clipping.
So a costly one. Not only will they lose much of the return yardage, but after the mark-off, it'll get them deep in their own territory.
Yeah, that's 15 yards from the spot of the foul, so that wiped out a great return by Josh Clooney.
Puts the clock in 20, or the ball on the 21-yard line with the clock inside the 1 minute mark. 57 seconds to go before the end of this first quarter. The Cats now with the football for this, just the second time in this first period. Quick hitter up the middle, Shank dives forward for a nice gain on the play. Should be spotted at about the 26-yard line where it'll be a 5-yard pickup. Brian Heitkamp comes out of the ball game to be replaced by Joe Bucher. So far, neither team putting the ball in the air just too much, Mike. The Panthers throwing once, and the Cats have yet.
Wildcats have yet to test the airwaves yet.
On the option, West Teeman cuts it upfield, gets to about the 30-yard line. It'll be short of the first down, but it looks like that'll probably be the last play of this first quarter. Clock ticking down with 7 seconds, so at the end of 1 quarter of play, it's the Minster Wildcats leading Parkway by a score of 6-0.
Tonight's game brought to you by Level 3 Video. Sales, service, rental, and production needs. For all your video needs, stop in and see Ted at their new location or call 628-3671. Brought to you by Balmer Construction, your construction professionals. Call Balmer Construction at 628-3364 for all your construction needs. Brought to you by Ranley Cabinets, specializing in fine custom cabinetry. For all your cabinet needs, call 628-2615 for your free estimate. Tonight's game also brought to you by Wagner's IGA. For all you tailgaters, stop by the Hot Deli and pick up a bite to eat. Remember to save your receipts for Dollars for Scholars, helping in our youth academic future. Your hometown pride, Wagner's IGA. Minster Food Distributors, your food service and paper wholesaler. For all your party and fundraising supplies, contact Mark Teven at 628-3051. Minster McDonald's, proud to sponsor Wildcat football. Before or after the game, stop by McDonald's and get an extra value meal to go. By Minster Insurance. The people at Minster Insurance are proud to sponsor the rebroadcast of Wildcat football and hope you enjoy tonight's game. By Bonus Construction, for all your commercial construction needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Call Bonus Construction at 628-3294.
Well, all set to go. Once again, your score 6-0 Minster. 3rd down and 1 for the Cats. Josh Clooney carries the football, and he gets first down yardage.
Good job on the left side of Minster's offensive line there. Nice big, nice size hole for Josh to run through.
Cats have run well, like from tackle to tackle. The last play of the first quarter, they were able to run that option play, so I think, they're just mixing it up a little bit. Keep them banging in the first, or the middle of the line, trying to soften them up a little bit.
Make them stay at home in the middle of the field. Keep them linebackers at home back there. Counter. Not much there for Josh Clooney. He found it pretty hard going there.
Good defensive effort by the Panthers. They have been able to stop the Cats not too regularly here on first down yardage.
Yeah. Just bring your second and long. This might be your first time Minster tries the pass. Of course, they've had some success with the runs, so they just might keep rolling the ground. A lot better success rate for the Cats. There it is.
Oh, he's wide open.
Back to throw. He's got a man open. P.J. Sider, and yes, I was going to say, looks like we could have a penalty also. Pass interference to be called on the quarterback, number 24, Kurt McMichael. And Mike, that'll give the Cats first down.
15 yards.
That'll be the first penalty of the ball game.
Yeah, Minster had that clipping before. That's Parkway's first penalty of the game. I think PJ had him by 2-3 steps there, and just had to wait on the pass a little bit. Hence, I think Parkway's defensive back had to do a little grabbing there to try to catch up with PJ.
So you see the ball on the 49-yard line of Parkway. And it looks like St. Henry and Marion are going to have a big scoring game here tonight. It's now another touchdown. Only St. Henry is ahead 12-7. And once again, they must have gone for 2, and they didn't score on the extra point.
Up the middle. There you go, John.
Clooney tries to jump over the defense, and he gets past the first liner defense, but right there is number 80.
Tackled by Fram.
Fram's been around a lot.
Yeah, that's his 6th tackle of the game already.
He's an active safety. Parkway started out in their familiar 52 defense, but they look more or less like a 5-4 the way they've been lined up pretty much here lately. The linebackers have come up close with the cornerbacks.
Oh, a little razzle that. Oh.
On the reverse, but it's smelled out nicely by the defense.
Mike Miller, edge P.J. Sider about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I think that was Brad Ranley carrying the ball, but no matter who it was, he got
popped. That's right. I believe the hole was there if he could have got outside, but I think they just jammed up the inside, could never get outside and contain it.
I don't know if he was looking for the play or if he just played it well, but it'll now set up a 3rd and long for the Cats. They need 9 for a first down. Back to throw his team, and it's going to be thrown short. And had he been able to come down with the football, it would have been short of first down yardage.
Parkway's coverage is there. I believe he was double teamed. He just tried to thread the needle. Almost completed it.
Chad Daly and Kurt McMichael on the coverage.
They feel he'd be back to punt for the Wildcats. His first punt of the night.
And it seems as though the breeze has picked up somewhat. It's more like a little bit of a crosswind. A little bit of the wind in to the face of the punter, Sean McFeely.
Parkway really crowding the line of scrimmage there, Duff. They might be going for the block. They back off.
Good snap. The punt's a little low. Back to get it. And hit immediately is number 4, Todd Heck. Dangerous catch at that as he had to go over the top to come down with
I
it.
think P.J. Sider was hitting space before he even hardly caught the ball there. That's a nice tackle both by P.J. Sider and Josh Looney.
30 to 33 yard pick or punt with no return, so that puts the Panthers back deep in their own territory. Ball on the 16-yard line. Hand off to the first man up the middle. He gets about 3 yards on the play to about the 19. That is big number 44, Brendan Bates. And Mike, we mentioned your team wanting to throw, but the Cats have done a real good job on the defense of that run so far.
Yeah, sure have, yeah.
The Panthers may have to, whether they want to or not, has come out throwing. Last week was the first game that this quarterback, Scott Gephardt, started against Ayersville, and that was in a winning ball game.
There it is, Duff.
On the rollout, he's got a man open, and he's got first down yardage at about the 35-yard line.
Looks like big 87. Aaron Temple was out there with the pass reception. Did a little bootleg there, maybe trying to get away from Minster's defensive rush there, defensive line. He had some guys in his face, but he was able to get the pass off before they got him down.
Run that play action. That's what a lot of the quarterbacks do. That's the main pass formation for the Wildcats when West Stevens throw. Quick hitter, and it's going to go nowhere. John Ridenauer.
Number 31, John Ridenauer is the ball carrier.
It's like big Ron Borges was in there to stop that play right at the line of scrimmage. They might have lost a couple yards there, Duff.
Coming into the ball game now is Kurt Elbers on defense.
Second down.
Looks like he's going to give Ed Hinker a blow. Cram flanking wide to the right side. Back to throw on the drop back. Gephardt. Nearly picked off. And if you're going to ask John Deuce who should have caught that football, I think he's going to say, I think I had that one.
Well, the coverage was there nonetheless, but yeah, that was a very interceptable ball there thrown by Parkway's quarterback.
Knocked out by 2. Third down.
Third long for the Parkway Panthers here. They might test the airwaves here again with 2 wideouts on the far side of the field.
Quick hitter!
Little screen.
Going to be short of first down yardage. Pass quickly thrown to Aaron Schum.
P.J. Sider there was there to knock him out for the Wildcats.
Fourth out of bounds by 2.
So once again, it'll be a punting situation for Parkway. Ball across the 40 to 41-yard line. 7:40 to go here in the first half of action.
That was a well-developed play there, Duff. I think we're going to see that play again yet tonight.
For the Wildcats, 30 and 30.
Schum's a fine athlete.
Number 6, Aaron Schum.
Back to do the punting is Aaron Schum. Gets a nice high spiraling kick. Josh Clooney at the 25. Cuts upfield to get what yardage he can as the Parkway Panthers come down in coverage.
Brought down by Mark Frame again. Frame very active on that defensive side of the ball.
Clooney does fight forward for about 6 return yards, so the Cats will take over at the 31-yard line with 7.5 minutes to go here in the quarter.
Sure, Coach Place would love to see about a 70-yard drive here and take the rest of the quaff, and we'll win halftime with a 13 or 14-0 lead.
I don't really think he'd mind if that drive is only a couple plays, too.
We'll take 7 points, correct?
Quick hitter to Shank. In the middle of that Parkway defense is starting to stiffen, and the yardage is coming much tougher.
Brought down by Chad Weber there, coming up from the backfield, defensive backfield to stop the play.
Tackled by Chad Webb.
Yeah, it looks like they're really congesting the middle of the line of scrimmage here, Duff.
Cats may have to throw just to kind of keep that defensive secondary a little more honest as they are really cheated in. Put the one safety up towards the line, it's more like a 9-man front instead of a 5. Once again, they tried the reverse to the slot back, and once again, Brad Ranley is drilled right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by a host of Parkway Panthers, but I think led down by Chad Webb again.
That nose guard Webb is starting to make things happen in the middle.
He sure is. He sure is.
Third down, 10.
So it's 3rd and long for Minster. Flanking wide to the left side, Brian Heitkamp. Slot back here is Ranley. Play action. Team and throws. He's hit just as he lets go of the football.
Boy,
And the
a heck
defense,
of a hit back there.
he's getting up slow. A good clean hit. But the defense got in there and popped him just as he was getting in the motion of throwing the football. And that kind of forced the pass over the head
They sure did, yeah.
of P.J. Sider. Well, once again, the Wildcats will have to punt.
For Parkway, number 4, height, number 6.
First time here tonight that they've gone 3 and out.
Number 74, McFeely is the center.
McFeely to punt for Minster. Good snap. And there, it looks like the wind got a hold of that floater and just brought it right down.
Sure it is. It looked like it hurt it more than it helped it. The wind have hurt that punt.
Flag's starting to move a lot more in this second period, and you can just see the way that ball was going. All of a sudden, pretty much came right down.
The weatherman called for some rain tonight. Maybe the front's getting close or something. Hopefully we can get tonight's game in.
Great field position for Parkway. Ball at the 44. 5:45 remaining here before halftime. Minster leads 6-0.
See the defense and get this ball back for the offense. Get out.
We got defense there, but he fought it off. Ridenauer. Super run. P.J. Sider got in there in the backfield, read the play well.
Yeah, Adam Cooney got him down about 5 years down. That was more or less a touchdown saving tackle there by Adam. He'd have broke that. That was the last guy. It was a foot race to the end zone then. Yeah, PJ had a chance at him back there. Just got outside him.
The pursuit's going to have to get there a little quicker, too. I mean, Sider held him up for a while.
That's right. The middle. Feely stopped that play right up the middle.
Right on the 50-yard line. Quick hitter up the middle to Brendan Bates. Ball at the 50. It'll be 3rd and a long 3 for Parkway. David Shank coming in on defense, replacing Kurt Albert.
Sure like to see him go 3 and out here. Last week they held Lehman to only 4 first downs for the whole game.
Schum in motion. Halfback pass. He's got plenty of time and he's got an open man. And it's a great catch.
Aaron Schum.
A great throw and a great catch as Bates paid the price as he got nailed, but the Cats secondary was a little late picking that up.
They got behind containment there, and a good thrown pass up out of been a touchdown.
What do you want from a fullback?
Good point. Wow, the defense facing its toughest challenge of the night here. See if one of our defenders can step up and make a play here and force a turnover.
Quick pitch to Ridenauer. Bounces to the outside, gets a yard or 2.
Ridenauer's the ball carrier.
Brought down by McFeely.
Tackled by Heitkamp.
McFeely's been all over the field tonight defensively, doing a nice job.
He covers it from sideline to sideline, doesn't he, Duff? Sure does.
Brian Heitkamp coming up to help from the secondary position. They get about 3 yards on the play. 4 down territory. It's 2nd and 7. Out of the I formation. And once again, it is Brendan Bates. And this time, Mikey is drilled at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by big Trent Henkeline right there at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a couple there.
Tackled by Henkeline.
Clock ticking down. We've got 3.5 minutes to go before halftime. The Wildcats trying to protect their 6-0 lead. The Parkway Panthers fighting to get in that end zone before halftime.
7, and probably 4 down territory. I'm not sure what kind of field goal kicker Parkway's got, but I'm sure they'd rather get another first down before trying for a three-pointer.
Time is definitely not a factor. Pitch to Bates. He's going to go wide, but not wide enough as he cut upfield, and the pursuit was there. Adam Clooney, 31.
Yeah, Adam Clooney with a tackle.
But there was about 3 Wildcats in there in a hurry, Mike.
4th and 4, right. A couple Wildcats are able to turn that play inside.
It looks like it will be a field goal attempt for Parkway.
Like it's going to be a 25-yard field goal attempt here, Duff.
51 there, your place kicker is Doug Smith.
It's like a soccer-style kicker, too.
One bounce, and that just threw the kick off a little bit, I believe. It was a nice job by the holder, I think, Mike, and bounced to him, and he picked it up and laid it down right now, but missed the boot.
I think the bad snap might have threw off his timing a little bit there. Right. Boy, the Wildcat defense dodged a bullet there because they moved the ball right down the field.
I'm sure Smith can kick a field goal from that distance, only about a 26-yarder. So with 2:27 to go here before halftime, West Heeman comes back out on the field to lead the Wildcats, if not a score, to eat up the clock before halftime. The Cats not able to pop anything of any distance so far in this first half.
Probably the longest play's been 10, 15 yards.
Power I.
After that,
Quick hitter and a short gain. 2:19 to go here before halftime. And if anything can be said about the Wildcat offense, one thing they may be lacking is that home run hitter, be able to pop that long, quick one. But it's early in the season. We may be able to establish that at some point.
That's right. Somebody can step up and fill that role.
And St. Henry scores again to make it a 20-7 ball game. It doesn't really surprise you, I don't believe. Marion got that first one, but that might be their last one. Short yardage on the play once again. And the Parkway Panthers may be able to get that ball once again before halftime. This is third down and still 5 to go for Minster.
Third and a long 4.
And I don't really expect the Cats to put it in the air.
I wouldn't think they'd take the chance. I think we're going to keep the clock rolling here. They can pop one here.
Kind of surprised that Parkway didn't use some timeouts.
I believe they got all 3 remaining, don't they, Doug?
With the wind at their back, maybe try to make something happen.
Ooh, pass the ball. Look out.
Oh, there you go. Now who got...
Looks
as though the Wildcats fell on their own fumble.
There was a fumble on the play.
Well, West got hit by the blind side there. Never seen the guy coming, and that's 2 good hits he's taken here in this last quarter. Here, last 2 possessions, they took some pretty good hits.
As we said, we don't expect them to throw the ball, and Coach Play's trying to catch them for a long one. But luckily for the Wildcats, they were able to recover that fumble.
Again, Parkway letting valuable time go off the clock here. Uh-oh,
now I would look for the Panthers to try to block this.
Looks like they're going to bring all 11.
A little slow getting the punts off.
Okay.
There's a low punter. There's nobody back, and then you would think with 11 guys at the line up there, they would have been able to get in there a little bit quicker. So the Cats have been able to get the ball out with only 23 seconds left. They're back on the 46-yard line in Panther territory.
Parkway, 46-yard line. Parkway's ball, first down and 10.
Nice punt by McFeely there. He knew they were going to come. That's kind of a mental part there. If you know you got 11 guys coming at you, you know you're going to better get that punt off right away. That's the first objective. Get that punt off. See if Parkway elects to just let the clock die down.
I'm surprised the Wildcats don't have more defensive backs back. There they're going long, and it's incomplete. But I expected, you know, Mike, that they might have a secondary back a little deeper to guard for that long pass. It looked as though the Cats only had about one guy within, 10 yards deep.
Have a couple guys back there, make sure no one gets behind you. No time to get a cheap score here for the Panthers.
Keep the ball in front of you, but we've got a hold penalty on the play anyway, so that'll move the ball back to the 31-yard line.
It's Parkway's second penalty of the game, isn't it, Duff?
It's been a pretty fast first half, Mike, as there haven't been too many dead balls. Not too many penalties and not many passes thrown. Once again, the Cats with a one deep safety. Gephardt to throw long, and it's going to be overthrown.
Overthrew everybody there, Del.
The closest receiver was Adam Clooney, and that's going to be the end of the first half of play as the clock runs down.
Hard fought first half, but defensive battle, just like last week, the Wildcats were in right there.
I kind of thought the way the Cats got started, they might be able to get a little more offense into the game. But, you know, it's time for the adjustments here at halftime, so we'll see which coach comes out on top and which team comes out on
Give
top.
credit to the Parkway defense. They've, you know, that first drive there, Wildcats did anything at will, but now it looks like they're stopping.
Now, he may have a penalty on the play. I don't know. Maybe the last second didn't run off the clock.
Yeah, it is.
So with the incomplete pass, the Panthers will be coming back on the field and will run one more play. Apparently, the official clock is going to be down on the field then.
Sure is, because the big scoreboard's got 20 minutes. They're ready for the halftime festivities to begin.
Both bands will be putting on a show here at halftime. The Wildcats and Parkway marching bands.
And your baseball guys over there, too. No, they didn't. The referees are still on the field.
It looks like we're stepping off another penalty here, the way they're bringing it back. I guess not. They just came out on it, yes?
15-yard line line of scrimmage.
Right. They just came back out on the field when they were too far up the field, had to step it back. So now we still got a little bit.
Now, don't let nobody get behind you. Don't give them that free play. Get a 6-point play here.
Looks like there's still a little bit of confusion out there.
I'm not sure they have. There we go.
Now they're moving the ball back another 5 yards. So that puts it back to the 16-yard line, where it should be still. Well, I guess we don't really care what the down is.
That's right. It would be safe to assume this would be the last play of the half unless there's a defensive penalty.
And now we're going to move it back upfield. I thought you said this was the fast first half.
Someone said that, didn't they? Someone said that. Oh.
Must have been our fine cameraman, Jeff Ollinger.
Kind of like you wish you're paid by the hour, right?
Or the 10 over. Yeah, yeah.
Draw!
On the draw play, the good old-fashioned draw play. And it's going to be their best gainer of the half. The best gainer by anybody of the half. Ridenauer just got one or two guys to beat. Heitkamp unable to get him down. How do you do?
Wow.
So that brings the fans up, gets them up in their seats. They were getting a little too comfortable anyway, I believe, Mike.
Wow.
Tackle by Heitkamp. That's the end of the first
Now we're,
half.
We got a Wildcat down there.
down on the field.
Midfield.
Parkway 0.
It looks like we do officially have our halftime, and the Wildcats will go into the halftime locker room with a 6-0 lead. And I didn't see
I'm not sure who's down there.
who's down or how he got hurt. But Ridenauer definitely helped his stats on that last carry, and not only that, but he brought the fans back into the ball game.
He sure did. He had 3 guys, Wildcat defenders on him, took all 3 of them, take it down there. He was smelling that goal line, wasn't he, Duff? Before the halftime festivities, we like to thank our sponsors. Probably Duff, the most important sponsor of the night, Parents' Night tonight. I'm sure all the Wildcat coaches, staff, players, cheerleaders, and band members would really like to express an appreciation to their parents. They, I know you had a couple high school kids there at one time, and they take a lot out of you, don't they?
I think it's more so now than it used to be. It seems like there's always more going on, and keeps everybody hopping. But as you might have noticed, that was P.J. Sider laid out, but it looks like he's in good shape as he runs off the floor, court. Now you got me thinking about basketball.
Okay, Duff, tonight's game brought to you by Wermeyer Concrete. Foundation, walls, sidewalks, and more. For all your concrete needs, call Ron at 628-3490. Brought to you tonight by Geo Decorating, your interior and exterior painting experts. Wallpapering or finishing also available. Contact Gary Oligas at 628-3164 for all your decorating needs. Tonight's game brought to you by the Minster Lumber Company, an Anderson window dealer. Come visit Jay and Bill for all your building supplies, featuring a large selection of Pratt & Lambert and Murphy's paints. Minster Lumber, 628-2613. Everything to build anything. Tonight's game brought to you by Busher Electric, industrial, farm, residential, and commercial wiring. specializing in security and fire alarm protection. For all your electrical needs, call Jack at 628-3407. Tonight's game also brought to you by Level 3 Video, sales, service, rental, and production. For all your video needs, stop in and see Ted at their new location or call 628-3671. Also brought to you tonight by Balmer Construction, your construction professionals. Call Balmer Construction at 628-3364 for all your construction needs. Tonight's game brought to you by Ranley Cabinets, specializing in fine custom cabinetry. For your cabinet needs, call 628-2615 for your free estimate. Tonight's game by Wagner's IGA. For all your tailgaters, stop by the Hot Deli and pick up a bite. Remember to save your receipts for Dollars for Scholars, helping in our youth's academic future. Your hometown pride, Wagner's IGA. Minster Food Distributors, your food, service, and paper wholesaler. For all your party and fundraiser supplies, contact Mark Tiemann at 628-3051. Tonight's game by Minster McDonald's, proud to sponsor Wildcat football. Before or after the game, stop by McDonald's and get an extra value meal to go. By the people at Minster Insurance, we are proud to be a sponsor of this rebroadcast of the Wildcat football. We hope you enjoy the game. By Boners Construction, for all your construction needs, residential, commercial, industrial. Contact Tony at 628-3294.
Well, that takes care of things here at halftime, Mike. Let's get out of here and let the fans listen to some good music under the direction of Richard Sherring, the Parkway Panther Band.
Nobody sang them better in the 50s than the King. That's right, the King, Elvis Presley. Great songs like You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, Love Me Tender, Jailhouse Rock, and that great song about the baby that left and finding a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of the Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. Thank you. Thank you very much. We now end the show with a swing song by the Safaris, which was recently made popular again in the new Disney hit The Lion King. Watch featured twirler Jennifer Joseph as the band plays The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Tonight's halftime festivities are sponsored by Hogenkamp & Sons Funeral Services, Burke's Petroleum Services for all your petroleum, gas, diesel, kerosene, heating oil, and lube oils, the Minster Dental Center, Full Count Sports, for the best in NFL licensed products and collectible. Full Count Sports, your NFL pro shop. Duke O'Toole and Ernst Sporting Goods. For all your sporting supplies, see Eunice at Ernst Sporting Goods.
After that 1990 blockbuster scene, we will take you back to when the big bands were king and Andrew Sisters were the queens of music. Our next selection features our trumpets and saxophone, the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Our next number will feature our percussion section in a 1962 hit from Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. Get down and party with our percussion to Devil with a Blue Dress. Our final number will be a Michael Bolton remake of When a Man Left a Woman. And now, the Wildcat Marching Band.
But I didn't know it would get
season? I ran into Ted Norman.
Again, tonight's halftime sponsors are Full Count Sports for the best in NFL licensed products and collectible. Full Count Sports, the Minster Dental Center, Jim Myring and Jim Overman. Burke's Petroleum Service, gas, diesel, kerosene, heater oil, and lube oils. Hogan Camp & Sons Funeral Services, Duco Tool and Die, and Ernst Sporting Goods. For all your sporting apparel, see Eunice at Ernst Sporting Goods.
Minster ticket from True Value Hardware, 947986. Wildcat Center from Full Count Sports, 950167. $5 gift certificate from McDonald's, 950020. A 13-inch pizza from Bud, 950170.
Wildcat, Michael.
Buckeye, that'll get the juices flowing for all you Buckeye fans out there.
Absolutely. That really gets the fans from both stands getting into it a little bit. A couple of mighty fine bands out there. The Minster Wildcat Band and the Parkway Panther Band. And boy, a super job they did.
We've got some unofficial halftime statistics over here from our Parkway friends over there, Duff. Minster, 25 carries, 72 yards, with Clooney having 53 of those yards on 14 carries. David Shank, 23 yards, 5 carries. Parkway, 94 yards, 15 carries. Schumann with 2 with the 52 yards. Bates, 7 carries, 14 yards. And Ridenauer, 4 for 23 yards. So it's been a defensive struggle in the first half. Not many yardage, and the defense is butting heads at each other.
First series the Cats had the ball, they took it all the way down the field, and that's where they got the bulk of their yardage. Pretty well, I think they had, they had 5 first downs on that first series before they got the touchdown by Brad Renley. And after that, they had 2 first downs on their next possession, one of them coming on a pass interference penalty. So from then on, the Parkway Panther defense has really stiffened things, and it'll be interesting to see what Coach Place and his staff come up with here at halftime to make some adjustments.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to open it up. It seemed like Parkway really did try to shut down the middle game of the Wildcats, so if the Wildcats going to try to get outside or maybe open it up a little bit, should be an interesting second half.
Coach Dave McFeely now on the field talking to the Cats as we're getting ready for the second half kickoff. I might mention the coaching staff, Mark Verdanier and Bart Randui, to go along with Coach McFeely. Rob Elvers always helps out. He's the freshman football coach, and I'm sure if you talk to Coach Place, Mike, he's mighty happy to see the assistant coaches pretty well in place coming in to this season, and it makes his job just so much easier.
A lot of loyalty there for the Wildcats. A lot of loyalty there for the Wildcat football coaching staff.
And the assistants have just done such a great job under Coach Newland, and they learned a lot, and they've done a great job year after year. And being a rookie head coach coming in here to Minster, Coach Place, I'm sure had to have a smile on his face when he found out all the guys were coming back.
They sure do, yeah. I'm sure he appreciates it.
Well, we're about set to go with kickoff time here in the second half. As we mentioned, Minster on top here at halftime, 6-0. And the Wildcat offense, not very explosive. The Parkway offense, until the final play of the half, really not a whole lot going on. So we'll have to see if maybe we can pop something. You know, just one big play might be the way things are going here in this ball game.
Kind of the opposite of last week, Duff, where Minster moved the ball at will the first half, but just couldn't get it when they got in that red zone undecided the 10 or 20 yard line. They couldn't pop it in. Here, after that first drive, it was kind of, Parkway's defense stiffened up.
I mentioned at halftime the band director for Parkway, but don't forget Mr. William Bill Thomas for the Wildcats.
Well, the Wildcats will have a chance right away. Parkway's going to kick off for the Wildcats.
They'll be kicking with the wind at their back, so the Wildcats, if need be, will have the wind at their back for the fourth and final quarter
This will be Parkway's first kickoff of the night.
Deep in single safety is Josh Clooney. Clooney is a very, very busy football player. Mike mentioned at halftime how many times he carries the football, but also back on punts and kickoff returns. Waiting for the clock to tick down. We're still on 1 minute and 12 seconds. So once we get the clock, there we go. 12 minutes on the clock, and we're about ready to get started. And the local timer, Snorri Heitkamp, getting a cheer from the fans. We're ready to go. Kicking off, Doug Smith. Comes down to P.J. Sider at the 10-yard line. Running laterally now, starts to come upfield to the 15. Brought down to 26 to 27-yard line. Eric Sheets, one of the Panthers, in on a tackle.
Wildcat kickoff return team had a wall set up there for PJ, and he followed it on for about 10 yards.
Return of 17 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 27-yard line. Cats breaking out of their huddle once again. We'll mention the offensive line for the Wildcats, number 71, Kurt Elbers, over the football. Wes Tiemann, quarterback, hands off to the first man. It'll be a gain of just a yard or two. Clooney, before he is driven down at about the 29-yard line.
Brought down by a slew of Parkway Panthers. Leading the way was big number 75, Chip Lyons. Those yards are hard to come by tonight for him, Duff.
Yes, they are. Number 54, Ryan Swartz, on the offensive line for the Cats, along with 67, Ed Hinker. 69 is Matt Niemeyer, and 74 is Sean McFeely.
Seen a lot of the power eye tonight, Duff. I don't believe we've seen the wishbone yet tonight, have we?
No, we haven't. And we might have to think about that as there he is hit once again at the line of scrimmage.
Chip Lyons in the backfield, hit him in the backfield. He did well just get the line of scrimmage and still made 2-3 yards on the carry there.
Mentioning the offensive line, also you'll find number 60, Ron Borges, coming in once in a while to give one of the offensive linemen a breather. Brian Heitkamp now coming into the ball game. We haven't seen Brad Heitkamp tonight either. I was told before the game that he may see some action tonight, but to this point, not the case. And looking down on the sidelines, I don't know that I even see a number 21 down there.
What?
Let me look on the field. Maybe he's out there. No, he isn't.
Oh. Brought down by Seth Fenstermaker. Seemed like a good fake there, but it was just one Parkway Panther snuffed it out, and he's the guy that broke up the play.
There's number 21 right behind Coach McFeely. So Brad is there. He's got his helmet in hand. But I'm sure Coach Place doesn't want to use him if he doesn't have to. McFeely once again to punt.
Another 3 and out for the Wildcats, Duff. See if we can get a nice punt here and put them deep in their territory.
And once again, the wind is going to catch us when we got a fair catch on the Minster 49-yard line, and field position and definitely in the favor of the Panthers, Mike, to start this second half.
Sure is, Duff. I wonder if they got the winner to back this quarter, if they're going to open it up. They had a little success there at the end of the half there passing the ball. This will be a nice test for the Wildcat defense. See if they can go 3 and out.
Come out throwing. Coming out throwing.
Single setback for the Panthers. And that looks like a lateral. He's going to throw another one down the middle of the field. Picked off and then caught. Once again, big number 87, tight end Aaron Temple. Didn't mean to say picked off, Mike, but batted up in the air, and great concentration by Temple that time.
The coverage was there, Duff. It was just that the ball flew the right way for the Parkway Panthers, and Temple was able to bring it back down for him.
Only the 6th pass of the ball game for Parkway, but the 4th completion. Split backs this time in the backfield. Bates.
Brought down by McFeely there. You said in the first half, McFeely's very active on that defensive side of the ball.
Coach Carl Swander, Mike, opening things up here a little bit. You can see right away that they had set it up real well with that lateral over there.
That looks like one they talked about at halftime. They thought that was open, and they thought they'd run it first chance they got.
Fifth first down of the ball game.
John Ridenauer on the carry there.
Need a big hold up here, guys.
Gain on the play up to the make it the 12-yard line. It'll be third down now, and about 4 to go for Parkway. 4 down territory.
Sure is.
The Panthers trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time in this ball game. Out of the eye. Gephardt on the option. Pitches the Bates, and good pursuit this time by the Wildcats.
Ed Hinker was right there and pushed him out of line of scrimmage with a very negligible gain.
The left defensive end, Ed Hinker, doing a fine job, and it looks like the original pursuit, or not the pursuit, but the off the snap of the ball. The
surge of the defensive line was right there. Might have faltered that play from the beginning. Long field goal attempt here for the Parkway Panthers, a 30-yarder.
But the wind is at their back. It's a good snap this time, and the kick is up. Plenty of leg, and the kick is good. So a 30-yard field goal for the Parkway Panthers puts them on the board for the first time tonight. They still find themselves trailing 6-3.
Heck of a juke there by Todd Heck. That could have cleared maybe 40 yards, huh? Tonight's game brought to you by Wermeyer Concrete for foundation, walls, sidewalks, and more. For your concrete needs, call Ron at 628-3480. Geo Decorating, your interior and exterior painting experts. Also available wallpapering and refinishing. Contact Gary Olegas at 628-3164 for all your decorating needs. The Minster Lumber Company, an Anderson window dealer. Come visit Jay Westrady and Bill Bernard for all your building supplies, featuring a large selection of Pratt & Lambert and Kerfees paints. Minster Lumber, 628-2613. Everything to build anything. By Busher Electric, industrial, farm, residential, and commercial wiring, specializing in security and fire alarm protection. For all your electrical needs, contact Jack Busher at 628-3407. See if the Wildcat offense now can attempt to get something started here, Duff. They started the third quarter like the end of the second quarter, a little sputtering there. Need a big play to spark them and get them fired up.
The Cats on top on the scoreboard, but since that first drive, Parkway has really been in control, if you want to call it control, of the ball game. Wow. Good kick down the middle of the field to the 7-yard line, Josh Clooney. Clooney rambles up to about the 29-yard line. If nothing else, Mike, the Cats are going to have to get their offense going to the tune of a couple of first downs, or at least gain, 20, 30 yards. You have to do something about that field position, because as long as that wind is blowing in the punter's face, if you can't get a couple of first downs, you're not going to get out of the hole.
Exactly right. They got to keep that clock going, move the change, and maybe 5 or 6 first downs. They'll get that 7 minutes down where they can change the direction that the fields are going.
Ranley flanked wide to the near side. Out of the eye. Fake to the first man. Who wants to throw it? He's going to go out on a flat, and it goes through the hands of Josh Clooney. The Cats only showing one receiver in that pattern, Mike, as Brad Ranley went deep, and he was the only one out for the pass on that play.
I think Josh Clooney was the second choice of West team, and I think their primary receiver out there was number 22, Brad Ranley, and he was covered. West made a good decision not throwing the ball downfield. Now they face second and long, 2nd and 10.
Joe Huger flanking him wide to this side. Tiemann back to throw once again. He is flushed and now sacked. Back at the 19-yard line, a loss of 10 on the play.
Brought down by number 76, Big Dan Bird. Correct me, that's number 70, Mike Miller there.
Mike Miller has come up with some big plays. He was also there to nail Brad Ranley in the second quarter on the running out of the slot.
That's right.
Run that reverse.
That's right. Play that defensive end there.
Miller, a big kid at 6 foot, 220 pounds. He's a senior and playing well for the Panthers. 3rd down and 19.
Ooh, to keep the ball on the ground.
McFeely got pushed back.
And it's going to be right at the line of scrimmage where he brought down again, Mike. And as we mentioned, you wanted to get some first down insurance, so the Cats end up losing 9 or 10 yards. And now they once again will punt into the wind.
That Parkway defense is really doing a job out there tonight. The second, like you say, you take away that first drive, and they've really held the Wildcat offense in check.
Only 2 first downs and one of them by penalty since that first drive.
Okay, Sean, let's get him out of this hole here. Let's have a nice punt.
Looks like a 10-man front. It looks like they're going to come and try to block this one. Snap is a little high.
Look out.
He just does get it off. We got a couple of flags. We got roughing the kicker for one, but it may be holding at the line of scrimmage on the other one.
I didn't get to see the line of scrimmage. Was that maybe an defensive offsides? Or?
So the Wildcats may catch a break here if they're both on Parkway, but the first one is a good chance could be.
I believe the second one for sure is by the roughing the kicker, but I don't know about the first one, Duff. Looks like they're talking to both. Well, looks like they're talking to Parkway's captains down there.
But if anything, if they should offset, then another punt would be beneficial to the Wildcats also. With that, since I don't know if that punt was partially blocked or not. And now they're calling their offense in. We've got a hold on the Wildcats. And roughing the kicker. So we'll do the 4th down all over again.
Looks like we'll start all over again.
Thought it might be. Now if they come at it again.
On Parkway will redo the down.
One thing that got McFeely in trouble on that punt was a little high and a little off to the side, and Sean had to reset. And by that time, even if it wasn't partially blocked, it did throw the timing off. And it
definitely hurried him. Definitely rushed the punter. Sure did. I would be surprised if they come with all forces again this time.
Got a single deep back in number 6, Aaron Schum. But up front is Kerry Schaffner. This time he'll get the kick off, and he's calling a fair catch on the 45-yard line. A little bit quick calling that fair catch, but the Cats will take it with no return. Just inside the 45 of the Wildcats.
Tonight's game brought to you by Level 3 Video. For your sales, service, rental, and production needs, contact Ted at their new location or call 628-3671. And it seems like the second half, Duff, Parkway starting the game in Minster's territory every drive so far. So defense got to go 3 and out here, hopefully.
Ridenauer trying to get around the corner. Dives across the first man and gets about 3 yards.
Brought down by Brian Heitkamp.
Tackled by McFeely and Heitkamp.
McFeely also in on the tackle there.
We'll give him 2 yards, make it 2nd down and 8. And as we mentioned, Mike, now we've got an official timeout on the field.
Official timeout.
But as we mentioned, field position really a big factor here in this 3rd quarter. And the wind is definitely coming to play. We mentioned in the 1st quarter it wasn't really there, but in the 2nd quarter it perked up. And the Cats will get it at their back in the 4th quarter, so if they should need it.
It's definitely a factor, Duff.
Out of the eye, slot back to the left. And there had to be some movement there, but I don't see a flag.
I don't see any flags either.
Ridenauer, the ball carrier.
Looks like the
Down
Cats
by Josh Clooney there, about 4 yards, gain about 3 or 4, Duff.
The Cats nearly jumped, and then they set back down, and it looked like the Panthers were going to move a little bit before the snap.
I think it was a delayed count there. Boy, big 3rd down play here. See if they air the ball out here, Duff.
Once again, out of the eye. Gephardt wants to throw. He's going to roll with it. He's got hit behind or before the first down marker, and well short of the first down.
Josh Clooney ran him out of bounds. I think he's like 2 yards shy, Duff.
A good 2 yards as it looks. Well, now he's got to further up the field at about the 47, or make that the 37, and it will be a good 2 yards, a long 2 yards short. And we'll see if they decide to go for it or if they're going to fake. Their quarterback is coming off the field. But if they're ever going to fake, this will be the time for it. Aaron Schum is the punter, and he has shown that he can throw the football on that halfback lateral. No rush is on, and luckily for the Parkway Panthers. But look at that punt. He's heading for the coffin corner. He didn't get it, but he does have it deep in Wildcat territory. 6-yard line where they, now wait a minute, who's setting it up?
6-yard line there, yeah.
One guy was standing on the 1-yard line, but it looks like they are bringing it out to the 6. Now when you really have to avoid mistakes.
That's right. This is, boy, I'd like to see him at least get one first down out of there just to get them out of the shadows of their goalpost there.
Inside of 4 minutes.
I guess Coach Swander says we'll go ahead and punt it and keep them deep in their territory and trust our defense. Not a bad strategy, though.
Absolutely. The defense has been great for the Panthers since that first drive. Why try to give up field position? Teeman. Hands off to the first man, and once again, it's short yardage.
Brought down by John Ridenauer.
David Shank, the ball carrier. He'll get maybe 2 on the play.
Shank is the ball carrier.
It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Tackled by Ridenauer. Pick up 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
Little late bringing the play in, Keith Prenger. Three and a half minutes now remain. Cats on top, 6-3. Hand off to Clooney. Gets across the 10-yard line and not much more. Maybe the 11.
Brought down by Chip Lyons. It's like 3rd and 5.
Now coming into the ballgame, Ron Borges on the offensive line. He replaces Sean McFeely.
Couple substitution in there as Brian Eichem's going in there too for Keith Pranger. Boy, sure like to see him pop about a 6-yard gain out here. Get that first down, keep the clock moving, and move the sticks.
Power eye to the right side. Thien in the slot. Hand off to Clooney, and there's nothing there once again. And they're just kind of submarinating. The block is coming out, but it just looks as though the defense is just kind of sliding down and making them try to jump over the top, and they've done a fantastic job. Apparently the Cats feel they don't have a chance to get around the corner.
Yeah, they're playing in between the tackles, aren't they, Duff? Looks like they're coming again, Duff. They've got a 10 guys on line for scrimmage. Look out. Oh, there you go.
Flag. And it's number 70 laying down there, Mike Miller, but I think he's just laying there in disgust because he knows the flag is laying behind him.
I think he said he thought he could have it. Of course, he was a half second away from getting a piece of that, Duff. He kind of went through the line untouched, and I think his eyes were a little bigger. He thought he had it.
So we got a personal foul called on the Parkway Panthers by roughing the kicker.
That's a big 15-yarder, isn't it, Duff? That's a big 15-yard for the Wildcats.
But I'll tell you one thing, Mike, that's a first down by penalty, and the last 2 first downs the Wildcats have had have both been by penalty.
Sure have. Well, when your offense is struggling, you'll take him any way you can get him, though, Duff.
You got that right. You're starting to get a buzz in the crowd. Maybe they can try to get something going with their Cats. Out of the wishbone. First time tonight. Quick pitch to Clooney. As we mentioned, they may decide to come out with that wishbone because they haven't been able to get anything between the tackles here in the last 2 quarters. First time they run the wishbone tonight.
I've been impressed by defensive speed of Parkway. They closed that hole up. I thought he had the outside. PJ's not a slow runner, and boy, they covered real quick out there.
The pursuit has been great, but Mike, we got about 5 yards, a long 4, close to 5 yards on that play, and that's the best first down yards we've had for a long time.
Sure better than for 2nd and 8. I'd rather have 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 5.
Once again, out of the bone with double tight ends. Back to throw. Teeman got a man open. Just a little bit overthrown. Brad Ranley, the intended receiver.
Healing pass intended for Ranley was incomplete. Descending on a play, McMichael. 3rd down.
Ball just a little bit high where he couldn't quite come down with it. Well covered, but it would have been enough yardage for first down as it's just about 5, maybe 6
Offensive line did a nice job that time, Duff, of giving West a little time back there and letting that pattern materialize out there. Big third down play here. Ooh, there go!
Was that old backdoor draw play? It looked as though West Seaman reached around the back of David Shank and stuck it into his belly.
That's the second time they ran that play today, and much better success this second time they ran it. Now they got the ball in there in Parkway territory.
22-yard pickup on the play, and that was a big play. Not only gets them out of, as you said earlier, the shadows of their goalpost, but it changes the field position drastically if the Cats are unable to push it in.
They got that old momentum back on their side too, Duff. Let's see if they can push them back and keep the first downs coming.
Ranley,
A nice little
the
run.
freshman, runs forward for about 4 yards.
Brought down by a slew of Parkway tacklers, led by number 77, Brad Ferry.
A slew, that's a lot of them.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's more than 2, less than 6, Duff.
Once again, decent first down yardage. It'll be second down and 6 for the Cats. Another equipment timeout on the field.
Oh, someone lost their ear
Lost
pad
the
there.
mouthpiece, perhaps, or ear pad, whatever. Had trouble with a helmet for number 67 to win.
You must be doing some hitting out there, Duff. Their helmets are coming apart. That's it. It sure has been a typical Parkway football team, really. Physical and
Come to do some sticking.
that's right.
Once again, there you see it, out of the wishbone. Fake to the fullback. Teeman wants to throw. He's rolling out. He's got a man deep. Sider. Oh, he's got it. Touchdown, P.J. Sider. A nice catch for this. Just like Derek Alexander threw a defender off last week for Cleveland. Sider takes it in for the touchdown.
Wildcats on 2nd and 6, elected to go on the airwaves there. Might have caught Parkway a little by surprise.
The wishbone has definitely put a little spark in that offense.
Sure has.
Of course, roughing the kicker don't hurt it either.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that was I'm sure Parkway's going to look back at that tomorrow morning. If the Wildcats do hang on to win this game, they're going to say, wow, what a big penalty that was.
Well, you can imagine number 70 that feels real good right now.
Number 70 tried to get in on West there. Someone threw a heck of a block on him.
And he played a great game, too. Pass intended for Heitkamp, incomplete in the end zone. The fans wanting some interference, but the referee will have none of it. Put 6 more on the board. It's a 12-3 ball game, Minster.
Tonight's game brought to you by Bomber Construction, your construction professionals. Call Bomber Construction at 628-3364 for all your construction needs. Tonight's game brought to you by Ranley Cabinets, specializing in fine custom cabinetry. For all your cabinet needs, call 628-2615 for your free estimate. Wagner's IGA, for all you tailgaters, stop by the Hot Deli and pick up a bite. Remember to save your seats for dollars for scholars, helping in our youth academic future. Your hometown pride, Wagner's IGA. Minster Food Distributors, your food service and paper wholesaler. For all your party and fundraiser supplies, contact Mark Tiemann at 628-3051. Brought to you by Minster McDonald's, proud to sponsor Wildcat football. Before or after the game, stop by McDonald's and get an extra value meal to go. By the folks at Minster Insurance. They're proud to be a sponsor of the rebroadcast of the Wildcat football games. And we hope you enjoyed tonight's game. Brought to you tonight by Borner's Construction for all your construction needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Contact Tony Bornhorst at 628-3294.
St. Henry continues to pour it on after falling behind 7-0. St. Henry has scored the last 35 points. And we got a flag on the play.
I believe we got those folks next week, don't we, Duff? That traditional St. Henry Minster class is Oktoberfest week.
Now somebody's got to take the wind out of their sails.
That's right, that's right. That's always a great rivalry, and hey, if Minster's defense plays a little like they've done the last couple weeks, I'd say we have a chance.
We had a flag thrown on the play, Mike, but I'll be darned if I know what it was all about. They may pick it up. Yes, they are. They're going to wave it off.
Our cameraman said there he thought he had 12 guys on the field there. After recounting, they said, you know, they had the legal 11, so they're going to say we made a mistake.
They're saying they can't count past 4 first down. I did it. Well, the Cats with a new breath of life here come up with another touchdown and extend their lead to 9. Kick for P.J. Sider heading for the 25-yard line. Bounces up to the 30 to 35 on the return, maybe the 34-yard line. I think Fromm may have been the returner.
Brought down by Dan Berkman there, and he had help from number 31, Adam Clooney.
Nick Pranger, 48, also on the special teams, along, as we mentioned, Steve Enneking helping out, and 44, Dave Bergman.
And number 43, Aaron Bay, in on a kickoff team.
Out of the eye. Hand off to the fullback up the middle, and he's got a lot of room. He's in the secondary across the 50 to the 45-yard line of the Wildcats.
Touchdown saving tackle by Dan Bergman there. Of course, that was what, 25 yards downfield there, Duff. That's not a good way to end the third quarter, is it?
That is the end of the third quarter of play. When we come back, it'll be Parkway football on the Minster 45-yard line, but trailing 12-3.
Tonight's game brought to you by Wermeyer Concrete. Foundation walls, sidewalks, and more. For all your concrete needs, call Ron Wermeyer at 628-3480. Geo-decorating, interior, exterior painting, wallpaper, and also refinishing. Contact Gary Oligas at 628-3164 for all your decorating needs. Brought to you by the folks at Minster Lumber Company and Anderson Window Dealer. Come visit Jay and Bill for all your building supplies, featuring a large selection of Pratt & Lambert and Kirby's paints. Minster Lumber, 628-2613, where we have everything to build anything. Busher Electric, industrial, farm, residential, and commercial wiring, specializing in security and fire alarm protection. For all your electrical needs, contact Jack Busher at 628-3407. Brought to you tonight by Level 3 Video, sales, service, rental, and production. For all your video needs, stop in and see Ted at their new location or call 628-3671. By Boymer Construction, your construction professionals. Call Boymer Construction at 628-3364 for all your construction needs.
Well, we're still setting the chains, but we'll be ready to go momentarily. Final 12 minutes of football action here tonight. Both teams starting off their league slate. The Cats coming in with a 2-game winning streak and a 2-1 record. Parkway won their last ball game. They're 1-2 out of the I formation. Take to the first man. Gephardt is going for some big yardage. And Deuce comes down with what may have been a touchdown-saving tackle back on about the 24-yard line, deep in Wildcat territory.
Wow, we seen a little seam in that line there, and he shot right through it, Duff.
They haven't shown much option tonight, but they picked a good time to get it started.
Sure did. He gave a nice fullback fake there and kept the Minster linebackers at home there, and he just took it outside.
Parkway knows they need a score in a hurry, or not necessarily in a hurry, but they're two scores behind for sure. So they
down 9 points. They need 2 scores, whether it be a field goal, touchdown, or safety.
Hand off to the fake first man. Quick hitter up the middle to the 20-yard line.
Brought down by P.J. Sider.
Brendan Bates is a nice ball carrier, though.
He sure is. He's a pounding. He's a bruiser, isn't he?
The coach says he can do it all. He's got the speed, he's got some power, he's got the moves.
5 yards, second down and 5.
Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line. Gephardt fakes the handoff, wants to run the option again, but this time the Cat defense smells it out and turns him upfield in a hurry. Looked as though Trent Henkeline turned him in before somebody else could shut him down.
Sure did. Yeah, that's the exact same play that they ran the big gain on, and the Wildcats defense that, and for no gain at all.
4 down territory once again for Parkway. Schum flanking wide to the right side. Cram on the left side.
Oh, fumble.
In the backfield.
Oh,
Gephardt picks it up, makes the pitch, but it's going to be lost on the play.
Ed Hinker was down there and made sure he stayed on the ball.
Brendan Bates not at all happy with the way that play turned out. And you can't blame him. I mean, it was good, wasn't good necessarily defense, but they play really non-developed, you should say, on that fumble of the snap.
The fumble really screwed up the timing of that play, Duff. It was just a credit to the quarterback to get it out there. Of course, it turned out they lost more yardage. But
that makes it 4th and 11. Passing situation for the Panthers. Play action. Back to throw is Gephardt. He's throwing deep. And this time defense nicely by Brian Heitkamp. Once again, the pass intended for Aaron Temple.
Good coverage here by Brian Heitkamp. Knocked the ball away at the last second.
Brian's got that long range. He's got the reach, Mike. He's reached up there, 6'3". Got those long arms.
That was really an important third down play there when they lost those 4 yards. It would have been 4th and 4. They could have. I think the Wildcats knew they had to pass the play there. If they kept it to 4 yards, they didn't know if they'd pass or run the ball.
It's not hard to figure out who their favorite receiver is.
That's right. That's right. He's their go-to guy, isn't he?
Quick pitch to Clooney. Ball's forward for a couple of yards. The Cats now would just like to eat some of that clock since Parkway does have to score twice, Mike, and we're down to 9:30 to go in the ball game.
Keep those first down chains moving. They have the wind at their back, Stuff. I don't foresee any too risky of passes. Maybe a little high percentage passes, but just I believe they're going to keep the ball on the ground here.
Bucher flank wide to the right side, and there's a ball on the ground. But I think Clooney got it back. A little bit, I don't know, the mix-up or what it might have been, but the pitch was not good. P.J. Sider and Matt Niemeyer right there to help snap up that loose ball.
Yeah, they did a heck of a job. There's 3 Parkway guys there. I think P.J. Sider did a heck of a job covering that ball. Either him or Niemeyer. I'm not sure which one got it, though.
So now the Cats may have to pass if they want to keep possession of this football.
3rd and 8. Looks like the Wildcats are going to call a timeout here. The coach wants a timeout. That's a good timeout there. If they're a little confused, this is a big play. Keep them first downs going.
Timeout.
While we got a timeout, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Ranley Cabinets, specializing in fine custom cabinetry. For all your cabinet needs, call 628-2615 for your free estimate. Brought to you by Wagner's IGA. For all you tailgaters, stop by the Hot Deli and pick up a bite. Remember to save your receipts for Dollars for Scholars program, helping in our youth academic future. Your hometown pride, Wagner's IGA. Minster Food Distributors, your food service and paper wholesaler. For all your party and fundraiser supplies, contact Mark Tiemann at 628-3051. Tonight's game brought to you by Minster McDonald's, proud to sponsor Minster Wildcat football. Before or after the game, stop by McDonald's and get an extra value meal to go. Brought to you by the folks at Minster Insurance. They are proud to be a sponsor of the Minster Wildcat football program. We hope you enjoyed tonight's game. Also brought to you tonight by Borner's Construction. For all your construction needs, residential, commercial, or industrial, contact Tony Bornhorst at 628-3294.
Tough coach plays coming off the field, Mike, and like we mentioned, you might have to throw the ball here, but you definitely don't want to make it to the point where you got a turnover.
A high percentage, but we can't risk a turnover here.
If you do have to punt, you've got the wind at your back.
Ooh,
once again, it's that wraparound draw play, and once again, David Shank with some big yardage.
Well, I tell you, that West Tiemann really sells that play, Duff.
He does.
He had me faked out there, and all of a sudden I see David Shank.
That's hard to do.
That sure is. Used to be a guy down in Cincinnati called Boomer Size that used to do that play action real well. That's a nice play for the Wildcats.
20-yard pickup.
Between that play and the hook and lateral play, they're going to have the defensive teams watching them, Duff.
Darn right. Kind of rolled out one way, and then the direction of the play went the other way. Ball on the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. A big first down for Minster. Hand off to Shank once again, and he is running hard on that play. Across the 45-yard line, make it 8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2 on the 44-yard line.
Credit to right side of the Minster's offensive line there. It was a nice big hole there for Shank to run through. Those little quick hitters.
And now the clock might definitely becoming a factor. They had Shank stop, but he fought forward. He's got first down yardage, about 7:22 to go in the ball game.
Brought down by number 71, Jason Schumann.
Well, ever since that roughing the kicker penalty, the Cats have been able to get a few first downs.
Sure have. Like someone turned the on switch on the offense. Wildcats now with a fresh set of downs.
And in the wishbone.
Oh.
Hand off to the second man. Gain on the play will be 3 or 4. Brad Brantley, the ball carrier.
Boy, Josh Clooney had one heck of a good block there. Definitely got more area to run here with this wishbone. I don't know if the Parkway's defensive strategy changed a little bit, seeing the wishbone or not, but the holes are definitely there.
Talking to Coach Place before the Libby game, he said, well, one of the reasons, we got to try to get the offense established and go to that high formation. The team might feel a little more comfortable with it. You maybe don't have the exact personnel you want with that wishbone, but he also said it gives you the option to go back to the wishbone.
Exactly.
Something else to look for. And I think we noticed in that Libby game also when they did run some of that wishbone, they got some nice gains out of that too.
Sure
you get
did.
the defense thinking one way and you throw something else at them. And it also makes that defense throughout the week work on two different types of
formations there. It's just fortunate enough that we have the intelligent players that can run both the wishbone and the I formation. There's the first down carry.
First down inside the 30-yard line. Once again, it looks like Brad Brantley, the ball carrier, and he gets the first down at the 28, and it's 4-down territory.
Seems like they're spreading the handoffs around a little bit more. Up first half, Josh Clooney got a lot of work. Now David Shank and Brad Clooney Brantley getting a couple carries.
Well, you get him thinking about old number 33, and you throw something else at him. And there goes number 33 right there across the 25-yard line. Josh Clooney. Hit and driven back, but not before he gets to just across the 15-yard line. It'll be third down. Make it second down. That was a first down carry that played previously, and it'll be second down and 8, maybe 7. Cats in no hurry. The clock keeps moving, and it's definitely the Wildcats' 12th man is the clock.
You got to feel right now Parkway's going to have a chance at this. They're going to have to force a fumble of some sort, get a turnover, and get the ball back.
Shank across the 20. It'll be marked at the 19-yard line. Just shy of the first down of a yard or two. Now they move it back a little bit. Timeout on the field. Parkway Panthers has to talk to their defense, and they know they've got to stop them now.
Looks like they got the sails out of their wind out of the sails there. This drive here. Looks like they're moving them at will now. Tonight's game brought to you by Wormeyer Concrete, your foundation, walls, sidewalks, and more. Call for all your contract needs. Call Ron Wormeyer at 628-3480. By Geo Decorating, interior, exterior painting, wallpapering, and refinishing. Contact Gary Oligas at 628-3164 for all your decorating needs. Brought to you by Minster Lumber Company and Anderson Window Dealer. Come visit Jay and Bill for all your building supplies, featuring a large selection of Pratt & Lambert and Kirby's paints. Minster Lumber, 628-2613, where we have everything to build anything. Busher Electric, industrial, farm, residential, and commercial wiring, specializing in security and fire alarm protection. For your electrical needs, contact Jack Busher at 628-3407. Tonight's game brought to you by Level 3 Video. Ted Oligas, sales, service, rental, and video productions. For all your video needs, stop by Ted in their new store or call 628-3671.
Set to go with 5:03 on the clock. Wes Teeman turns the hands off, and he's got first down yardage to the fullback, David Shank.
Tackled by
First down for the Cats, Mike, at the 16-yard line, and now I think the only thing that didn't do anything for Parkway Panthers is to strip the ball.
That's right. I'm sure that's what their game plan was down there. I'm sure Coach Schwander says if you got a chance to go for the ball, we need a turnover. And of course, the other side, Coach Play says hang on to the ball.
That's the way you can pop one once in a while and get into the secondary.
There you go, Josh.
You knew they weren't going to forget about Josh Clooney.
That's right.
16 yards and a touchdown.
Again, credit to the right side of the offensive line for the Wildcats. The holes were there.
18-3 score, and it makes things look awful good for Coach Place and his Wildcats.
Let's see if we can get that extra point. That's been kind of an adventure for the Wildcats tonight.
Kelly Custer will attempt to kick one more time. The last time they elected to go for 1 point, it was a bad snap and they couldn't get the kick off. The last touchdown going for the 2-point pass. This time we got a good snap, a good hold, and we got a penalty down. The kick is good, but we got a penalty down. And you would think Mike would be on the defensive line on offside.
Maybe offside's called, huh?
As quick as that came down, I think if they would in high school could line up, they'll call it right away before the snap.
If it's on the offense, they probably stop the play.
Now we got a procedure, excuse me. Maybe they weren't lined up properly on the line. They didn't have enough guys.
They got 6 guys in the line of scrimmage. That could be. That could well be.
Let's look at the replay quick.
You folks with the VCR, rewind it now. See what happened there, all right?
I got a feeling there's something not going to. Well, yeah, they can check that out.
That's right, they sure can. After the game.
No, you don't take it from there. Well, you marked it out.
Well, let's just see. We're going to add 5 yards to the PAT and see if Custer can put her in there.
Good. Snapped a little high again, but West Teeman gets it down. The kick is up, and the kick is still good. Puts another point on the board, and the Cats are on top now 19-3 with 4:36 remaining.
Tonight's game brought to you by Bomber Construction, your construction professionals. Call Bomber Construction at 628-3364 for all your construction needs. Ranley Cabinets, specializing in fine custom cabinetry. Contact Ranley Cabinets at 628-2615 for your free estimate. Wagner's IGA. For all you tailgaters, stop by the Hot Deli and pick up a bite. Remember to save your receipts for Dollars for Scholars, helping in our youth and your academic future. Your hometown pride, Wagner's IGA. Brought to you tonight by Minster Food Distributors, your food service and paper wholesaler. For all your party and fundraiser supplies, contact Mark Tiemann at 628-3051. Minster McDonald's, proud to sponsor Minster Wildcat football. Before or after the game, stop by McDonald's and get an extra value meal to go. By the folks at Minster Insurance, who are proud to sponsor Minster Wildcat football rebroadcasting. We hope you enjoyed tonight's game. By Borner's Construction for your construction needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Call Borner's Construction at 628-3294.
Well, I noticed the new Bremen coaches in the stands tonight, Mike. They play on Saturday with Delva St. John. Big game for them, but going against Parkway next, I do believe. So they know, Bremen has been playing some great football. They know the Parkway Panthers haven't been able to show that big striking offense so far, but the defense has played well. First drive and then here late. Short kick.
Right now, it's from the kickoff on the 26-yard line. Return to the 33-yard line.
Return to the 38-yard line where it'll be first down for Parkway.
38-yard line.
Out comes Minster's defense. You can't say enough about Minster's defense stuff. They've really held Parkway in check, except they gave up a couple big plays, but they didn't. Parkway couldn't capitalize on anything.
They always manage to stiffen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Screen pass there. They covered very well.
Right, you talk about good defense. It was right there. The pursuit was there immediately. The pass thrown and caught to Brendan Bates. But it was a loss on the play. That'll put the ball back on the 35-yard line, 3-yard loss. It'll be second and 13.
Second down about 4-2.
Once again, out of the eye, they got a slot back. And Schum.
Over here, over curl.
A quick out to Crom. And it'll go incomplete. Brad Heitkamp now in the ball game for Minster, number 21 in on the coverage. Also P.J. Sider there.
Depending on a play, Sider and Heitkamp.
And this is where, if you're a defensive lineman, I guess you just lower your ears back and just rush the passer. You're almost positive they're going to pass the ball here. See if we can get a sack back here. I can't remember. I don't think Minster has a sack yet tonight. Do they, Duff? I can't recall any.
Can't be sure.
Sider back up. Sider back up. Back up.
Play action. Not even a play action, just a rollout. Receiver going down before the ball got there. He kind of tried to put on the brakes.
John Deuce there on the coverage.
Incomplete pass will make it a third down now, and make it fourth down now. Back at the 35-yard line. And we'll see what Coach Swander has up his sleeve now. They need 14 for a first down.
We'll see that,
13 to 14.
that flanker pass out there, a fullback pass again. They had success with that beginning of the game.
Back to throw, it's over the middle. Intended for and caught by their go-to man, number 87, Aaron Temple. It'll be a first down just across the 50-yard line.
Coverage by the Wildcats by Deuce and Clooney.
First down, 50-yard line.
But the clock is such a big factor now, Mike, that the Parkway is not going to get away with just 10 yards a pop. They're going to have to get the ball downfield and score in a hurry.
Yeah, they're down 16 points. That means 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions for the Panthers to tie the game.
Once again, back to throw, Gephardt. Once again, some fantastic. I'll tell you, those guys have got great concentration. Henry Vine coming down with that one. And that's the second time the ball been batted in the air, but the concentration has been right there. The old tip drill comes in handy again.
They sure do. Hot potato, right? Who comes down with it?
Get him, Katie.
Again, though, as you said last time, though, the clocks are running, so maybe Minster's have to give up a little first down just to keep that clock going, keep them in bounds. A little prevent type defense.
Scott Gephardt back to throw. Going long. Overthrown. Adam Clooney may have come down with it. No, he couldn't quite hang on to it. At least looked like we had another tip drill right there.
Yeah, we had a bad angle there, Duff. I thought he might have came up with that. Adam Clooney was all over the Parkway receiver.
Adam getting a lot of valuable experience the last 2 weeks. You don't like to see a ball player like Brad Heitkamp go down, but it does give Clooney.
Good to see a sophomore step up and to accept the challenge and play a good game, though, Duff.
Absolutely. We've got a flag on the play.
Looks like a little procedure out there. I think Fram moved too quick over there.
Illegal procedure, it'll step them back 5 yards. Next week, as you mentioned, Wildcats will be going out west to play the St. Henry Redskins, who are just having fun tonight after they got behind 7-0. 45 unanswered points. And it's going to be quite a task for the young Wildcats going over to St. Henry.
Test of the year, that's right.
St. Henry getting better by the week, but so's the Wildcats. Gephardt to throw on the flat. He's got an open man. Oh, and this time he can't come up with it. Pass intended for Kerry Schaffner.
Yeah, Duff, you made a good point. That first game against Spencerville, the Wildcats, what are they going to do this year? And I think every game they've proven themselves, defense especially, has really come out and become a force. And I guess after the Spencerville game, the most scores they've gave up. Well, that's the Libby game. They got some late scores at the end there, but they held a good Lehman team to only 6 points last week, and so far held Parkway to just 3.
And once again, the ball batted up in the air. It'll go incomplete. and it'll set up the 4th down. But, you know, we talked before the Libby game, Mike, that the next 3 games were very important for the Cats with the schedule coming up after tonight. You know. And the Cats have come through it with flying colors, a 3-game winning streak taking into St. Henry.
They sure have. That's right.
Timeout on the field. Timeout goes to Parkway. 2:17 remaining, and the Cats are on top 19-3. But after St. Henry, the Wildcats have Coldwater. And, you know, the passing game they've got a powerful offense.
They sure do. That's it doesn't get any easier. You're looking down the schedule there, you know it's they're going to have their hands full. While we got time, Duff, we'd like to congratulate the Minster JV football last week, beating the Lehman Cavaliers last Saturday. And just last Thursday, Minster's junior high football team beat Parkway. Looks like the file and rank are coming up, getting some victories, getting some experience, playing time, and
good young athletes there. Good young athletes, as you can see by even tonight. You know, we got a number of sophomores and the freshman Brad Ranley, and also another freshman, Keith Pringer.
Right, getting a lot of experience, and looks like the football is on a good foundation for the next coming year.
Well, we're set up now with a 4th and long. 16 yards needed for a 1st down for Parkway. Gephardt wants to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket, and he's sacked. David Shank, the first guy there.
Ron Morgan finishing them off.
And the Cats will take over on downs. Marion Local gets on the scoreboard one more time. It's 42-13.
This will take over on down.
It has to be getting late in the ball game.
1st down, 10. On their own 47-yard line.
Clock ticking. Now we're going to be inside of the 2-minute mark when this play takes effect. 19-3 is the score. Josh Clooney hit in the backfield, fights forward for maybe a slight gain on the play. We'll call it still 2nd down and 10.
Brought down by number 70, big Mike Miller.
Tackled by Mike Miller.
Boy, you look back at the game, Duff, that roughing the kicker really was a big play there, boy. They had the Wildcats back on their goal line, and 15 yards 1st down, and the Wildcats ended up scoring yet on that drive. And that's really the turning point of this game tonight.
It'll be talked about a bunch. There they fake. No, they didn't either fake it. I thought he was doing a keep, but this time it's Bergman gets that wraparound draw.
West really sells that play.
Dan Bergman picks up some positive yardage, a gain of about 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
We talked before that the New Bremen scouts are over here scouting the game tonight. I'd be scared playing a 1-3 Parkway team next year. I think next week they're due to do some damage. They're a fine football team. That defense really a good defensive football team.
This is Monday when we're watching this game, but Bremen in the area found out how strong Howie Overman, the head coach over there, has brought them to this point. 3-0 going into that ball game, and Delphus, one of the better teams in the area. Ranley, the ball carrier, gets up to the 44-yard line where it'll be just shy of the 1st down. Clock ticking down, and they won't have to run another play. That's going to put this one in the books, Mike. The Cats coming away with another hard-fought ball game. You mentioned holding Lehman to 6 points, now holding the Panthers to 3 in a 19-3 victory.
I think it's a good showing for the Wildcats. Of course, you know, as good as they played tonight, last week, and the week before, they'll have to put it all together next week to beat those dreaded Redskins over there down in Mercer County. But we have a great chance, I believe. What do you think?
I tell you, St. Henry really looking strong. You know, they knocked off a really real good team early in the year in Newark Catholic.
Sure did.
And scoring 42 unanswered points against Marion Local. You know, it's really not. It's hard to say to this point how good Marion really is, too, as far as that goes. They had some rough early going. They've had a tough part of their schedule.
Sure, they got to play Brazil, and that's right.
And Lehman with a good 2nd game for them, and in this ball game tonight, St. Henry, they're just getting better and better, and they're definitely established themselves as a team to beat.
Of course, you know, it could be a lot of pressure put on the Wildcat defense next week. You know, if the defense can hold them in check to 10 to 17 points right around there, I believe the Minster offense is capable of scoring 20-25 points against the Henry Redskins. So
if they can get a little more consistent. It was the same way last week, Mike, over at Lehman. They moved the ball, and they moved the ball between the 20s, or even as far as the 15 or 10-yard line, but they weren't able to get the points on the board. So they have to get a little more consistent offensively and get that scoreboard to light up a little more.
You can win the yardage battles, but you always, the final score they look at in the newspapers, the final score, and that's an important point to make.
Well, that pretty well wraps things up here at Minster Memorial Field. The Cats going away with their third straight victory. They are 3-1 on the season. And the Parkway Panthers take the long bus ride home with a 1-3 record. That's anything wise for us on the way out.
Just 1 point. Beat the Redskins.
Hey, there you go. I heard that. Okay, for Mike Griner, this is Duff Hemmelgarn and our fine camera crew, Jeff Olegas and Ted Olegas, saying goodbye, everybody.
Great job. Right it up. Nice catch.